Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. On this November 1st weekend, we're going to be talking about My Little Pony. We're going to be talking about Ponyville Cider Fest that just passed. And we are going to be discussing Halloween and what everybody was up to. So we'll get into the Halloween conversation later. But welcome in, everybody. Our podcasters are still posting pictures in our chat, and it's great.
Stop.
Welcome in, Hirosashii.
Hello.
Hey.
PaleoSteno.
Hi, everybody.
Saberspark.
Hey, everybody.
Laura.
Hello.
PanamaMatt.
What is up, everybody?
And Toodles.
Hello.
I'm ACRacebest, and we welcome you into the Semi-Perfect Podcast. Again, it's November. If you ever hear me just kind of stop what I'm saying, just assume it's a picture that Saberspark just posted.
Yeah, no, here we are on November 1st.
Stop it, Saberspark. I swear to God.
No, it's keep it going. It's great.
Oh, no.
So, it's November 1st, which means I turn 29 tomorrow.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
And I lose my insurance the following day.
All right.
Yay!
Oh, beautiful.
God bless America.
Hey, at least we're entering into-
We're going to be going through. First off, how's everyone's last 2 weeks been? I know that we've had Cider Fest and again Halloween, but anything else that's been exciting to discuss for anybody?
Did you guys hear about how Papa John reported in saying the reason why they're not doing so well at the moment is because of the protesters in the NFL?
What?
I
Yeah.
have heard that, yes.
Yeah, the Papa John guy. He's like, we're not doing so well because people keep protesting, and it's
People
like,
are watching football, they're not ordering pizza.
I think that's really silly.
Well,
Yeah,
it's.
that's dumb.
I mean, I guess I don't know how. I guess to linger on that topic, I know that a lot of people are adamant about trying to avoid sponsors of the NFL because they see it as like you're supporting the NFL, which I guess in theory that's true. So it's interesting to hear.
You're paying money to have your product associated with another product, and if one product makes you look bad, well, that reflects poorly on you.
And that's why YouTube demonetizes all of our videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
why not?
There you go.
Oh,
I did not hear that though. Didn't you
Economics.
post?
Or maybe
I
just
thought
Papa John just
Saber-
sucks.
Saber made a post on Twitter that had like a kid saying Papa, and then it was Papa John.
That was Stranger Things reference.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have no idea what that was then. Good. Anyone else have anything over the last 2 weeks that's been exciting?
Just the usual legal chaos, which part and parcel with. Been fun though.
Shit, was that in the last 2 weeks that we went to see the Addams Family musical?
I think so.
Yeah. Grace and I went to go see a local, small theater group do the Addams Family musical, and it was fun.
Nice.
What'd you think of it?
Well, I mean, I had already seen it at the Dallas, which had a bigger production budget, but
Was
this
that the
one was
with Nathan
fun.
Lane?
No, I
Okay.
didn't get to see Nathan Lane in that one.
I swear, listening to
Unfortunately.
it, every time he sang, I could only hear Timon.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
not a knock. It was just really weird.
It was my first time seeing the show live, so that was it was cool. It was fun. It was a new story for me. You know, I think I've seen all the movies, but the one thing I couldn't figure out at first was how old Wednesday is supposed to be, because she started talking about she likes a boy, and I'm like, whoa, she has a crush, and then all of a sudden she's like, I'm engaged, and I'm like,
What?
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure in this musical she's supposed to be 18.
yeah. So it threw me off. a little bit, and then I caught right back up. But
Dear sweet Wednesday, all grown up.
oh man, she's something. But yeah, no, that was fun. Checking that out at the local theater. What about you, Paleo? Anything new going on over the last 2 weeks?
Other than going to Ciderfest after I got back from Ciderfest, I got Mario Odyssey.
You went to Saberspark after getting back from Saberspark?
He likes the party,
What?
right?
Sorry, it
Like,
just
no.
came out.
No, but I got Mario Odyssey and started playing that nonstop, and only stopped for a little while to watch Stranger Things. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
He's playing it
Never
right
played it.
now.
Very cool.
I was earlier today.
Sweet.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey looks fun. I just don't have a Switch, and I don't really want to pay that much money yet. So,
Right.
anybody else?
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go through the
Food posts.
food posts.
Yeah.
I guess one other thing that I've been up to, I had a night of destruction this past weekend
Yeah.
and survived it.
Good.
Wasn't able to get. I only ended up doing 2 events on this particular night of destruction because I fueled up my car and all the fuel dumped out underneath.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, that's not good. Apparently, I ruptured my fuel tank in the last event, and I just found out. So, going through
Let's see.
food
First,
posts.
I've got Flynn, who couldn't make it to the podcast tonight, but he's still eating those peanut corn puffs we saw a couple weeks ago. Those peanut poofs that I was very excited about because they look like Cheetos, but they're peanuts flavored. And then we've got Chris Hope with pizza. A big
Oh,
pizza.
Papa John's pizza, probably.
I don't know.
One can only hope to support them. They need it.
Silver Blaze has a sandwich and an espresso and a fork.
Nice. Wyatt Grubber is getting ready to watch the podcast with some Reese's Pieces, and they will also be drawing. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And then Ross Pitt has steak. Which, for some reason, when I see this plate of steak, it's just like a piece of steak on a plate. I immediately think of like that uncle from Napoleon Dynamite.
Gotta have some accompanying veggies or something like that, like mashed
That
potatoes
wall
or
over that
peas.
mountain.
Chris, Universe Traveler, has some Skittles for the podcast. A lot of people are gonna be eating candy. Let's see.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Nikki D says, just got home from watching a friend of mine on Wheel of Fortune. Now
Ooh.
I'm ready for the podcast and had a lot of food.
I hope your friend did good.
Or at least
On Wheel of
shares
Fortune.
the
Let's see.
goods.
Rosie Diamonds got Halloween candy while watching the Semi-Perfect Pod. Awesome.
Yes. More Halloween candy from Togue Pikachu. The healthiest meal ever. Reese's Pieces, Milk Duds, caramel M&Ms, which happen to be really good, by the way. I've had them. I just had them finally. Sarah was
They're
giving
pretty good.
It's like, how have you not had this yet? And welcome in the guy who didn't know what time zone he was in, Black
Yep.
Griffin.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to me. I'm here. And I'm fashionably late as usual.
Yep.
Well, we'll just take 5. Gabe, you carry on.
How did you get here so fast?
What?
I just you just texted me asking when the podcast started. So I
Yeah.
guess you were.
He flew in.
I have not been flying. I've been in South Dakota where it's cold. I have been throwing up. I was very, very sick yesterday.
Aw.
Good.
So
That's
today,
good.
Yeah, it was fun.
You said SD. I thought maybe that meant San Diego.
No, South Dakota. The other SD that nobody knows about.
I didn't even know there was a South Dakota.
Yep.
Incredible.
It's so crazy.
Well, sorry you're not feeling well.
It's okay. I like it. It reminds me of how good life is when I am feeling well.
What if you never get? What if you never get well again, though?
Perspective. Gabe, would you
Oh,
say you're a
boy.
glass half full kind of person?
Yes, I
Yes.
would say that if the glass is half full, if you cut off the top half of the glass, it's completely full.
So
And
we're
you're
going through our
susceptible
food
to
posts
those-
right now, Mister not able to hold his lunch. Ew. Railroad Bronies has got some leftover Halloween candy and lemonade again. Now,
Yum.
Railroad Bronies were actually at Irwindale Speedway during the Night of Destruction. They posted a short video sitting in the
I just-
stands.
I just
Cool.
want to try some lemonade.
I'm sorry, did it?
You just wring out your clothes into a glass of water?
Something like that.
I mean, did I hear you right? Did you say a lemonade or a lemon?
Yes. Yes.
Linen.
So when life gives you lemons, go to communism?
Yes.
All right, we've got Norse Brony that has a meaty pizza
Oh!
they had at PonyCon and some Zootopia merch they bought.
Yay!
You'd think
Yay.
that you made royalties off of Zootopia merchandise.
By now, you think.
And
Wait,
then
who
we've
is
got,
this? Who?
It was Norse Brony. They only tagged Semi-Perfect Pod. That's why you aren't seeing it.
I was gonna also say that Railroad Bronies say they're gonna have lemonade at EQLA. Apparently.
Dude, I can't wait to try John Lennonade.
We've got Mr.
You
Luigi
may say I'm a beverage, but I'm not the only one.
enjoying the last piece of pumpkin pie from their birthday Saturday while they wait for the stream to start. And that is a very
Nice.
small slice of pie.
Hey, birthday pie.
But it is the
I'll-
last slice of pie, so I hope that they had like all of it. No. Let's see. Then we got Nora Mermaid having some ice cream to soothe my burning mouth from having Chipotle earlier.
Well, just don't eat Chipotle. Problem solved.
No. Or you can combine them both and have a Chipotle ice cream burrito.
That is a
Dude,
good
that sounds
idea.
like something you've done before.
And that is
No.
all the food posts that I am seeing. Do you have any on your end, Jeffrey?
No,
I have
I've
pictures
been
of
through everything.
I have
Okay.
pictures of post-consumed food in a toilet.
Ew.
Why would you
Why would
take
you take
pictures
pictures of? Well, never mind.
Are any
Um,
of you all, having anything to eat? Cast?
No.
What?
Yeah, I a little bit
It
ago.
was really tasty. It was really tasty.
I haven't eaten yet.
Grace, have you seen this picture of someone dressed as Flash at the DMV?
Yes. Yes, I have. Apparently, somebody went to work as Flash.
I'm
Working at the
linking it in
DMV,
the
so
Discord.
it's fantastic.
That's pretty good. I saw that.
That's great. Okay. So,
Happy Halloween.
Did you say crappy Halloween? Because that's.
I said happy Halloween.
Oh dang it!
It's great.
Halloween.
I love it. I love it. So
Love it.
Sarah, should we go into the Halloween conversation right now? Would that be a good one to jump into, or do you want to
yeah.
wait that for
Let's
later?
do it to it.
Okay. Here it
All right.
comes.
Yeah, give me a second because I have to publish the moment that I built for it.
We'll say, hey there, Goof. Where I see it, Goof.
Under your thumb, goof.
Under your thumb, Goof. I was talking to Laura about this. I think either Goofy has a huge discrepancy with payroll with Pete, because Pete has this massive RV he drove out. That or Pete is really poor at spending his money.
Pete's a Walmart manager, though. I mean, they make a lot of money.
Dude. Yeah.
Do they?
Under your penis, Goof. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm linking you guys the Twitter moment for us to go through, and I'm switching screens right now. So, a semi-perfect Halloween.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
We had no trick or treaters.
Aw, that's a bummer.
Oh, it's good. I'm not gonna give them. They're not like it.
All right, so it's time for me to. So okay, right before we get into the costumes,
Yeah.
what did you guys do for Halloween?
Eat candy.
I went to work.
Ew.
Threw
Yeah.
up.
I also worked.
Well, it's not a national holiday or
I
something.
know.
What? You
I
work
thought it
all-
was a national holiday.
I mean, I worked during the day, but like,
Yeah.
you guys didn't do anything at night or anything?
We watched,
we ate dinner.
We tried to watch a spider movie.
Hardly.
To try?
There's a movie on Netflix called Spiders, and it was kind of on in the background, sort of.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
It was pretty good.
I went to go eat candy at literally like 11:59. I was like, I haven't eaten any candy today, so I ate a white chocolate Kit Kat bar.
Why is it gotta be a white
11:59.
chocolate?
Because you can't use that on me. I'm the black guy.
Prove it. Picture it didn't happen.
Okay.
Well,
That was a good silence.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna come clean here, guys. Sarah and I went trick or treating last night.
Yeah.
How was the haul?
Very small because we were only looking for houses that had buckets outside the door.
So you
Oh,
spoke in.
typically that means the result is very large because you just take the bucket and you pour it in the bag.
No.
Oh.
There's an honor
It's a- it's a-
system.
It said take one, but there was only one bucket. I was so confused.
Oh, you were the first guy to get there.
Dad!
But I there was one thing that did crack me up, which was the one house didn't even say take one. It just said smile for the camera.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You drop your
So I-
back and spread your
Did you
shit.
smile?
I always spread my cheeks, whether or not there's a
Were
camera.
there any vans nearby?
Was there every what?
Free candy vans. Those are the best.
Oh, they are.
Get
They
away with
really
some.
are. You get more than you bargained for. I saw
Oh, yeah,
Rainbow Dash
all
last
kinds of
night.
candy. You did?
I
you
did.
Shoot it?
No,
Good.
she was eating chicken sandwich when we went to Chick-fil-A. I was like, it's Rainbow Dash,
Yeah,
and I got shy. I was gonna say hi, but then I'm like, I can't say hi to my idol.
Rainbow Dash.
Aw.
I posted this
Rainbow
on Twitter,
Dash.
but when we went to Chick-fil-A, the cashier asked for my name, and I was just about to say Sarah, and he actually was like, "Oh!" And he pointed at the name tag that I was wearing, which was Felix, because I was wearing a Fix It Felix costume. I'm like, "My name's Sarah," and he's like, "Oh, it's not Felix?" And I'm like, "No." And I have a feeling that he was very,
Sarah.
very serious, like, where he's like, "Oh, you're not Felix? Your name's not Felix?"
Get on with it.
But yeah.
I was so upset that I didn't say my name was Judy Hops for my meal.
Yeah.
I was
My
like,
name
damn
is
it.
what? My name is Judy Hops.
So why were you only going for houses that had buckets of candy out?
We were gonna go around with a group, and I was actually thinking about turning it into a video, but then it just ended up being Sarah and I. And really, what I like doing on Halloween is seeing like the houses and the decorations. So I wanted to do that, but we ran across some houses that I had the buckets out, and I'm like, okay, I'll hit this up. We did go by one house that was really well done. And the guy, like the house owner, came outside and he was just like, hi. I'm like, hey there, we're just walking around enjoying all the decorations.
Stealing candy where we find it.
and then he's like, oh, do you want a candy bar? And he had like the big candy bars, and I was like, yes, you.
Well played, Halloween.
So, no, it was good. It was fun. It was nice. I was happy because we saw a lot of, at least I felt like in the areas we were at, I actually saw a decent amount of trick-or-treaters. And I think during the last podcast I said how I was like worried that Halloween was dying, but
Not around here, at least.
nah, yeah, it's not around here as in like it's doing good there.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. So I like Halloween. I want it to do well. So
Putting Hollow back in.
All right, shall we go through these
yes.
pictures?
Yes.
All right. First up, we've got, let's see who's this.
Yes.
Snore a mermaid. Beep beep, I'm a sheep.
Wait,
So
what
that's
order are we doing these in?
the order that they're.
Oh,
Posted it?
okay. I saw us, and I'm
Oh,
like, wait,
that's
we
the
didn't-
cover image.
But
Yeah, Nora.
Cute.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jessica.
The video with the sexy sheep.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think the
I
microphone
can't
on
believe that
now?
exists.
Okay, well, then we've got Jessica McCartney as Mabel from Gravity Falls. Really cute. I
Don't
like
act
this
like
one.
you're disappointed.
I like.
That's a cool little phone case.
Yeah, I love it. It's
That's
so
a
cool.
phone. That is a phone case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she's got the pig.
Then we've
Oh,
got
she does.
Hunter Chrysalis as Starswold the Bearded, and I don't know who it is with her, but he's dressed up
I'm
as
guessing
Sunburst.
Sunburst.
It's the
Sunburst.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I don't know the person that's with her. Like, I just, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
it's probably Sunburst. The person.
Okay, yeah, it's the actual human Sunburst.
You know Sunburst
Yeah.
Smith.
And then we've
They
got
actually, they really nailed that Sunburst.
yeah, it's pretty good. Then we've got
mean,
Black
both
Cat
look
as Sam Winchester from Supernatural. Cool.
Nice.
We've got PRGC as female version of Halloween Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
I
Nice.
love it. I love creativity.
Then we've got, who is this? Silverblaze. I'm an anime. He's got Dragon Ball Z shirt and then like a Attack on Titan jacket on top.
Are you sure he's not Jax?
I'm not sure.
Got Christopher Hope with Sorcerer Mickey from Sorcerer's Apprentice. He's also got a mini with him.
Didn't we meet this guy at BronyCon?
Yeah.
And
think
yes,
so.
and he was dressed up
Yeah.
as Mickey Mouse.
Mickey,
Oh, what
yeah. I remember.
Um,
that robe?
We know this guy from the Acorn Cafe, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yep.
And
Oh,
we
here
got a video with
We got more section
who is
going
this?
on here.
Taco, double horse.
Double horse.
I'm wondering why is there like a rocking horse thing in that area that
In the middle
looks
of an
like
like
it's
it looks like a
office.
middle of an
Yes.
office building.
Why?
Someone's clocking in the background while all this is
I hope
happening.
that was his prop and he just carried it around wherever he went.
Jesus, that's heavy though. Then we've
Well, it's
got
not realistic hope, but
Rosie Diamond as her own version of Rapunzel from Tangled. Really cute.
Nice.
Even got like the glowing
glowing.
bits,
Yeah.
I dig it.
the glowing
It's really
flowers,
good.
but yeah. So
This
cute.
next one I like. They did a very nice job on.
Yeah. Then we've
Great.
got Mr. Emerald as Captain Jack Sparrow. I showed this one to Jeffrey last night because I'm like, look how good this Jack Sparrow is. Like the gun to like the jewelry, and
Facial
the
hair and
bracelet.
everything.
Yeah, it's so
The gun's good
good.
enough to get you arrested out on the street.
It's super
That's true.
good. Kudos. And then there's me and Jeffrey as Judy Hopps and Fix It Felix. Alright.
Yup.
Then we've got Brony Sax Guy with Friendship is Magic. They're dressed as a unicorn with like a business, I don't know, casual, I don't know.
So
Sort of
glad
like-
someone made these horse masks.
And then Dusty, I guess, I mean, I don't know if he's actually got a costume other than just the fact that he has a shaved face now is the whole costume. I don't know.
Really
But
throwing me
he's-
off, by the way.
Wearing a bomber
He's-
jacket and aviators with his...
It's Dusty as Jim Miller, who happens to be in the back of that picture.
If I
just dropped
squint
my
hard enough, I kind of feel like he almost looks like The Rock.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, how much are you okay.
How much do you have to squint?
Just a little bit.
Alright, here we go. As far as like the creative odd ones.
Yeah. Got Mr.
Mr.
Luigi as Luigi Voorhees.
Watch
Super
out!
good.
He's got a plunger.
No.
That's funny. Yep, and that's all of our Halloween submissions that we got.
Now that was all the ones. I just realized that was all the ones that were sent to you, huh?
These were all ones that were sent to the podcast when I asked for them.
Yeah, because I had
You
some
got
that were
more?
sent to my Twitter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll add them later. Unfortunately,
Okay.
it's a little bit late for showing them on the show. But
Jason
I will
Voorhees
add
was
them
the
to
one
the
that
moment.
attacked you guys during your dreams, right?
Well, no,
Yes.
that's Freddy Krueger.
That was Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason just out in the woods with a hatchet or a machete.
Oh man. So yeah, thank you everyone for submitting those. I certainly hope everyone had a fun and safe Halloween. I think last year I just kind of sat inside, so it was nice kind of getting. Oh no, party, but there's been some Halloweens where I've just sat inside. I think the worst, the weirdest Halloween I've ever had was a day where I had to submit like this huge project, and I had stayed up 24 hours to get the project done. And then I'm like, but I don't want to sleep through Halloween, so I stayed up. And I was up for like 36 hours that day, just so I could watch Halloween movies and enjoy Halloween.
Very stubborn, Race.
That's hardcore.
I am stubborn. I was like,
You are a stubborn man.
thank you.
If y'all haven't figured this out by now,
So yeah, shall we move on to MLP?
Yeah. Has
Do
everybody
it.
seen the season finale?
Yep.
I know Matt hasn't. So Matt, do you want to?
I know. Well, we're not going to discuss the finale first because there was an episode.
Yeah, there was
that came
a.
out.
Thing happened yet?
I don't mind spoilers, and I know what I was getting.
Okay.
I say
We're not. We're. Yeah. Okay. So again, for anybody that's right now in the podcast, what we're gonna do, probably just starting now, and then once we're done discussing both the episode and the finale, we'll
Take your
take.
hands off your ears.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put up a banner. So once you
Oh,
see the banner
even
go
during
down.
the Uncommon Bond talk?
Yeah, I
Okay.
figure we'll just put it up starting now.
Okay. I'll do that. 1 second.
So yeah.
this
So
thing happened.
All right.
what? What? Okay.
The season finale. Was Sombra involved?
No.
Oh, okay, that's something else.
Okay.
Huh?
You're
I
like
think-
fantastic at not
Bonnie?
spoiling things.
I didn't spoil nothing. I just asked. I know something's gonna happen, but apparently it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Unless
Well, that must be like way off then.
I think it is. I think
Season
it's a ways.
10.
It might be the next season.
That or Gabe really far behind.
I love how
Yeah.
I want to believe that.
guy named King Sombra, and he like shows
There's
up. And it's the Crystal Empire.
Has that one weird character shown up? That's all the
Okay,
animals.
And just wait until they turn into humans, guys. It's crazy.
You know the Princess Twilight. She gets wings.
I even heard rumor that there's going to be a second season.
And that Lauren might even leave the show.
Did you know there was going to be a movie?
What?
What?
You're just making stuff up. Well, apparently they're like making a human version.
They would.
Hey, Rich Moore just retweeted our picture of our costumes. So.
Oh, yay.
For a second there, I thought he retweeted the picture of the podcast, but
Oh, hey Richard.
I would hope not.
Hope you like our podcast as much as we like your movie. Don't sexualize it as much though.
Okay.
I real sexuality.
So
Really?
Totally shipped ACRacebest and Saberspark.
let's go ahead and talk about the episode that was before the season finale, which was called An Uncommon Bond. And in this episode, Starlight Glimmer gets a visit from Sunburst and discovers he has a lot in common with her friends, causing her to wonder if he still has anything in common with her.
Oh, for crying out loud. What is up with this girl and her insecurity?
It's the episode where Starlight gets
Well,
tucked.
well, in fairness, you can't go all of your life enslaving a village and then just suddenly revert back to normal with nothing wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It works for me.
Okay,
it's
so the
fine.
summary for this episode I feel is not entirely accurate because it makes it seem like Starlight Glimmer is kind of like without warrant being anxious about this kind of stuff, but Starburst or Sunburst, whatever, was actually kind of a shitty friend during this episode, and like
I say kinda.
yeah, he was really shitty. Like, I've never had a friend come to town to visit me and then spend more time with other people than myself. It's like that was a weird situation in the episode.
I hang out with Fluttershy.
At first, it seemed like Sunburst was like, oh, like Sunburst is more interested in Twilight, like romantically.
Oh yeah,
Sexual, my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there's a moment. There's a moment in this episode.
Here's the bottom line.
What the heck?
Saber, half the time we can't hear you because you're like going away from your microphone.
There's a moment in this episode that was just amazing, and Sarah was the one who kind of called it out. So, do you guys remember that Sunburst at one point, you know, he's like in bed and Starlight bursts in early and she's like, "Come on, we gotta go." And then he just sits there for a second and goes, "Well, can you let me change first?"
And like all the while, like Starlight's there. He's like hiding under like his front from his sheet or with his sheets.
Yeah,
God.
in his sheet. Sarah figured out what his issue is because I'm like, what's he talking about? Their ponies. Like, since when is getting dressed an issue for him? And Sarah figured out why he wanted to wait to take the covers off.
Do tell.
Twilight was in the bed. He was just asking where Twilight was just to throw Starlight off.
Where's Twilight at? When you think of it in that context, that whole scene makes sense suddenly. It's like, oh my god.
Naughty.
They're sleeping together. So,
And you.
Of course.
I can see what's happening.
They don't have a clue.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you love when he does it. But...
He does it better.
So yeah,
Rest of Twilight.
what did you guys think of the episode?
Oh my
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did no one? Okay, well, good. Don't worry about it.
What?
I heard the Timon.
No.
I don't know. Is that what you're laughing
The
at?
lyric.
I don't know.
The next
Yeah, it's
lyric
the
is
lyric.
literally the sweet caress of Twilight. But
Oh my god! Oh, shit!
I love how Hiro was the only one who
Actually heard it.
Like, I heard it, but I didn't connect it.
Internalize.
fertilize it.
Oh.
So yeah, what did you guys think overall of this episode?
I love it.
It makes me like Starlight more.
Yeah,
Like every time that character,
like Starlight
yeah, right. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh.
I want to hate her because
No.
of how forcefully she was injected into the show's DNA, but she's just
Right.
I don't know. She's adorable.
She's doing too good. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Dang it.
she's
Yeah.
just so.
Every time I see her, I hear Jeff's "We're going to forgive her, aren't we?"
And now we know that Sunburst is going to get with Twilight and not Starlight.
Yep. Poor old Sunburn.
Sunburn.
Yeah.
I'm just a whore.
Wasn't there a point during the episode where Starlight was like, "Hey, let's go somewhere," and he was like, "Is Twilight coming?" And she's like, "No," and he was like, "Oh."
No, that was the bed scene where he's like, "Oh, is Twilight coming or awake yet?" And Starlight's like, "No,"
right,
and then
right,
he's
right.
like, "Oh,"
you
and he
tell me,
like
huh?
goes back to sleep.
Sleep, right?
And I was
I
like,
guess
It's
"You're so
all a
quick."
cover up.
Yeah,
Is Twilight coming?
You wish, don't you?
Oh, I like how
That version.
Starlight's idea of, hey, I'm gonna win him over here is turning us into kids to play this game, and for some reason that just didn't bother me. Like the idea of it did not bother me near as much as it bothered Sunburst. Like he freaked out about that whole thing, and I was like, "What? You know?"
Maybe he's been traumatized in the past.
I mean, it would be kind of weird to be turned into a younger version of yourself.
I don't think so. I dream about that every night.
So yeah, no, it's yeah. I think I kind of agree with you guys as far as the main.
I don't know. He just seems so. He's so clueless. Like how he's so socially clueless. Like they went antiquing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh boy, sure do love antiquing, and they were like antiquing for like a fortnight. It's like, look at your girl, she's bored as shit. Like, God, let's go.
And then when he's like, oh yeah, we still have a lot in common. I just have to think of what that is.
Yeah, he had no idea.
Good friends.
Yeah.
No idea.
Typical guy. Right?
Guys. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't even know. I'm not a typical guy. I'm a girl.
Oh.
We know.
The secret is out. You know?
Yeah.
How did you know?
That one time we.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So, okay, so now it's time for us to get into the finale. So again, for anybody that's wanting to avoid spoilers or anything, we will take down the spoiler flag that is up on the video. When that comes down, it is safe for you to return in. What do you guys think? Probably 10, 15 minutes? About?
Yeah, about 15.
Let's say 15 minutes. So we'll aim to be done talking about this by 15 minutes from now.
So should we talk about this as a whole, or should we talk about part 1 and then part 2, or just?
I'll say whole.
As a whole. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I mean, I guess I'll do a quick summary in which, in the Uncommon Bond, at the end of the Uncommon Bond episode, there's a little trinket that we got left where Sunburst he finds Swirl the Bearded's journal or something like that, and in it contains a story about how he and all the rest of these so the legends that we talked about, Rockhoof and the Braveheart guy and the
Pillars of Equestria.
Yes, I mean they're the Pillar of Equestria, but I was trying to remember their names the legends and also the healer lady and all that stuff. They were actual people, and they were the Pillars of Equestria, which is a reflection of the elements of harmony. And so Twilight finds out a way to get them back from Limbo after they were sent there with a enemy that they had defeated, which ended up being a bad thing, and they had to go fix it. So I guess that's my little quick summary. So, anybody want to throw in their 2 cents?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it too.
Did everything disappear? I can't hear you anymore.
Gabe?
What?
You can't hear us?
No, I mean, I just heard, did anybody want to? And then there was a minute of silence.
Yeah, I mean, so we have 2 people that like the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I enjoyed it. I thought there was one part that could have been improved on, but I'll get to that later, I guess. But I enjoyed it as a whole.
Yeah.
Not enough thorax.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, shoot. Actually, there was one thing that I guess you could say I was spoiled on. And I found out that the Bill Newton guy voiced a character in this, and I figured that meant that his, throat or whatever the other bug guy that he voiced was. Appendix? Yeah. I don't remember.
Appendix.
And he so I'm like, oh, he's gonna be in it, so I guess there might be a changeling thing going on. And it didn't occur to me till well after I was done watching it that he voiced someone else in this. I'm glad. Like, I know when I filmed everything, my initial kind of response to it was, here's another one of these types of episodes. But the more I thought about it, the more I appreciate how they changed up the whole Reformation thing. It wasn't as much a Reformation as it was like an entity. It was more like an exorcism.
Sort of. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like
I haven't seen it yet. I'm saving it for the Bronies React.
Good
There
man.
is gonna be
Good
one,
man.
right?
I filmed mine already.
Dude, well, I feel like I've got time since the one I filmed 3 months ago isn't up yet.
That's because I'm good now. I almost have everyone's footage at this point.
All right, I wasn't last again.
You weren't last.
Wait, you almost have everyone's footage for the last one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to my life.
Dude, what?
Actually, you know, I will say this.
need to
One of
cut
our
their
Brony
pay.
reactors, by the way, want to give a shout out. Brony Dance Party got engaged this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everyone getting engaged. I mean, congratulations, Brony Dance Party.
Does it happen in threes?
I think it's happened in like sixes this year. I don't know.
Well, it did happen in threes in like the past couple weeks because like Race and Sarah got engaged, and then there's those people that at Saberspark at the opening ceremonies. Alto was the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alto Scribe?
Yeah.
Seen that before.
And yeah, and then anyways, so I just wanted to give a quick shout out there and say congrats.
That's awesome. Yeah, congratulations, dude.
But yeah, so I know that like obviously like when we do go through like the Bronies React, it'll cover some of our, I guess, more in-depth looks on this thing. But overall, like, what did you guys think of the villain in this finale?
He's Venom.
He didn't
literally
really
Venom.
do anything bad. Like he wasn't
Right,
shown
yeah.
doing anything bad. It's just like all the pillars are like, oh yeah, he's a bad dude. But
Yeah. Now
They
in
did
this
the same
episode, we finally see Star Swirl the Bearded. Did anyone feel like, I guess like for me, like we've heard so much about this guy, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, and the idea that the whole reason he's been gone for 1,000 years is kind of just like a bad call, I guess, on his part. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even
I just-
geniuses
yeah.
like Star Swirl the Bearded and make mistakes.
I
Is
felt
he napping?
so
Sort
to
of.
speak. They all were kind of a Inception nap. But yeah, no, I was
Mildly disappointed.
I guess I was just kind of like, oh man, you screwed up. But I was also kind of convinced that we were gonna have this like epic fight thing happen, and then we had 5 minutes left in the episode, and I got nervous.
Right.
I actually thought, because of how late the resolution happens in this episode, I figured that they were gonna have like a to be continued thing happen.
Right.
Oh no. For
And
the
we
next
would have to
season,
wait.
That'd be good.
Yeah, imagine waiting 8 months to figure out what the heck happens. But
Dude. Like, it'd be like Sherlock up in this bee.
It'd be like all the live action shows I watch.
Steven Universe.
I kind of laughed at the part. I guess it was like kind of setting up Star Swirl the Bearded and stuff. They fought the sirens that were in Equestria Girls.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They're
I'm like, oh,
connected now.
hello.
Yeah.
In that
They're
fight,
like,
they get sent. Is that when they're actually sent off to the human world
I guess so.
at the end? So does that mean that they've been in the human world for 1,000 years?
Maybe. Like I'm not sure like how sirens age.
We are.
You'd think, man, it took them a while to get their act together.
They sent the Shadow of Ponies in a similar looking portal, so I wonder.
Yeah. So now that like in the Quest Girls universe, there's just gonna be like a Venom character now.
Or does time work different between the human world and the pony world?
Oh, like Narnia. That's a good question.
Yeah, or they just like sent them to that time.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know.
Like, screw the 2000s. Damn millennials. Take the sirens.
I understand.
There you go. But yeah, no, I mean, overall, it was, like you said, I when I watched it and filmed it, I was actually super tired. But I still, I definitely, I loved the buildup of that episode. I thought like the way that they built things up, also with like the legends, because I wasn't expecting them to come back. So
Right.
I thought that was cool that like they all of a sudden were like, "Yo, we're here," and I'm curious how this is gonna progress as far as like now that these characters are thrown into the mix. You know, how is that gonna affect the series moving forward into next season?
Yeah. A fair
Should-
question asked
Yeah.
by you.
Should be fun.
Yeah, this is a really good
But it
season.
won't be.
And
Yeah!
It
I'm
was a
looking,
really good season.
looking forward to the next.
Yeah.
Hoping they keep this train going the way it's been going.
Out of curiosity, where would you guys rank this season compared to the other?
I would say season
Better
2,
than
season
3.
1, season 7. Honestly.
Yeah, about like that.
I put season 7 on top for me.
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do
thought it
need to
was-
like rewatch the earlier seasons to see how I compare it.
I have done that. They're not as good as I remember, but they're not bad. It's just I think my nostalgia kind of played in, like it was so new. But now
Yeah.
that
That's not how nostalgia works, Gabe.
oh hey, you're right. Thank you for
Nostalgia
correcting
was-
me there.
I'm kidding. Don't.
My
hurt-
memory of the nostalgia. My memory. But
No, I hear
what-
you. As in the way you remembered it, you were like, "Oh, it was."
Yes,
so-
yeah. But honestly, there are some episodes that just have a special place in my heart, and it's probably because they, came at a time when I was super stressed, and it was like such a relief. I loved that episode where Applejack and Rarity go to Twilight's house that's now
That's
destroyed
One
in
Before
place
You
of the
Sleep.
crystal. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. I loved that.
I
episode.
missed the old house. I do. I'm like,
Yes,
bring it back.
me too. And I
Why
missed
can't they
the
just build it?
minimal animation where they had 1,000 Filipino employees. Oh no, they
Oh my
outsource. Okay, they outsourced their animation to a lot of external studios, no longer DHX, just because of the workload. Which is, by the way, another reason so many Easter eggs are getting snuck in.
I love.
So there's some information. You guys probably already knew that, though. Anyway, when the show didn't have a huge budget, they did most of their animation in house, and so it was super minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Season 7 had an interesting start with the premiere, but I liked everything. I mean, like, yeah, there were a couple things that, like, I just felt like this season really lacked having, like, a lot of lackluster moments, which is good. Like, it had a lot of just good stuff, not a lot to complain about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hit up some pretty big topics on its way, so
Yeah.
Good.
including Star Swirl. So that's cool.
Star Swirl the goateed.
Mr. the Bearded.
Mr. the Bearded.
Mr. the Bearded.
Beardo. They had
Beardo.
pretty
Beardo
good
with the Beardo.
nicknames for him in that episode.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah?
Beardo with the Beardo.
Oh, I think one of my favorite moments of it was how they once again pulled the whole like, oh, evil villain people. Oh, no offense. And the way Starlight's like eyebrow just goes up. Like it's like,
I bet
are
she's
we
so sick
seriously
of that.
still here? I loved that. I loved it.
Yeah, they keep pulling that on poor Sunset too. I think Starlight and Sunset need to get together.
You had to
Yeah.
think about it.
Star.
Start
Yeah,
quiet.
Sunset.
Yeah.
That's what I love in the Equestria Girls specials, where like Sunset and Starlight meet up and they're like best friends immediately.
Yeah, they would be. They have a lot in
Yeah.
common, and they can sympathize with something that none of the other characters can really get. It's like, remember when we were bad? Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, me and Race need to watch those specials.
Yeah,
I
that
haven't
would be
watched
amazing.
them yet. I haven't watched them yet because I still think, like, I don't know, the way things are backlogging. At some point, I might just have to call an audible, but we'll see. I haven't seen them yet. I will.
Yes.
Time will come.
You can just do
But
a race reacts.
Yeah, but I want to do stuff.
Okay. Just saying, you have a lot on your plate, my boy.
I like to eat lots of food.
Okay.
That makes sense. I like food as well. Oh my gosh.
Even right now?
No. I just realized when I said that I was lying to myself.
Are you? Yeah.
All right, I'm going to switch screens. It seems like we're kind of done talking about the finale. And unless anybody else have anything
but before
to
you switch screens,
Okay.
we need to just start being like, oh my gosh, that was just so funny. That was the best. Wow, that was the funniest joke anyone's ever told on the Semi-Pro podcast. And then so the people who then tune in are like, whoa, what did we miss? No fair.
And then they go back and discover
that you
Nothing,
bamboozled
but I lied.
them.
I did. I bamboozled them. And let's give a huge spoiler right now.
All right. Well, one topic that we're going to be hitting up here tonight is our discussion of Ponyville Cider Fest.
What'd you think?
Well, first off, so at Ponyville Cider Fest, it was Paleo, Saber, and I. And it was their... I don't know how many years have they done this now?
Fourth year? I think it's the fourth year they've done it.
I think you're right. I think it's their fourth year. My third year going.
Same.
Saber, have you been to every year of that convention?
He's muted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, he was
That's what I
there.
thought.
He was there before we went. I know that.
Okay.
once,
Yeah,
I think.
I remember he went the year before we did. So yeah, Ponyville Cider Fest. We had a great time out there. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The food was incredible as we expected it to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, just another real fun time out in Wisconsin. Now, Paleo, you and Saber got out there on Thursday.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah,
I didn't
we
get
got
there
on Thursday.
I did get there until like 2 hours before opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Oh,
we were
man.
already up. You can see in the vlogs that me and Saber were just watching some cartoons when you came in.
We're well rested.
So yeah, but yeah, got things going. I missed opening ceremonies, but we had a couple panels each day. Had a each panel we did had good turnouts. Great questions, some new questions, saw some new faces, saw some old faces. Had a lot of fun. Our Who's Line event that we had out there, we actually had Jay Haller come on in for the majority of it to fill the third person spot, and then DeWilsonator we had also come on in, and he joined us for Scenes from a Hat and the Irish drinking songs that we did out there. And it went better than it should have.
It did.
Better than it
out.
should have.
What's that?
I said better than it should have. That's a ringing endorsement.
In the event, like the fact that that we were bringing in 2 new people, you never know which direction it's gonna go. We've done Who's Lines with people who are just not good at all, and think they are. So you never know. And Jay did a real good job with all the games, and then as far as because I mean, Gabe would remember when we were trying to just get the rhythm and everything down for Irish Drinking Song.
Yeah.
It was like just figuring it out, like getting it like going when we kept practicing at MLP MSP that one year.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to work. We only did like one run through, and we were able to get it going. So yeah,
Sweet.
but Equestria LA, I know that we're gonna have BVids and of course Gabe, Saber, and myself. So that is going to be fun. And then, is it official yet, Gabe, about your brother?
Yes, it is official.
Is it public?
I think it is. I
Yes,
thought I
think
saw.
so.
I thought I saw a
They
post.
announced it, so yes.
If they haven't,
It's public now.
it's public now.
Breaking news.
Spoilers.
But yeah, so really looking forward to all that. But
Wait, what's the news about his brother anyway?
he's gonna be at
gonna-
EQLA.
All right.
which means we have music.
Yes, indeed. The music for the Who's line.
Music. As far as all that goes, Paleo, any like moments from Ciderfest that really stuck out?
Oh yeah, there was that lip sync thing that you guys did that one night,
Oh my.
which is on Race's channel.
Yeah, that was so. We've never done one of these before, but there's a guy named he goes by Toon Critic, and he runs this panel called Lip Sync Battles, and they pair up people and have them see who wins over the crowd better, so to speak. And I performed to try everything, and I knew Saber was gonna do something wacky, and he did the take on me run thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
That's like on Facebook where like the guy's like running all over the place and it was so wonderful and
Yeah.
made me smile. So
Saber didn't even lip sync.
he didn't, and I think that's why I won. But
Yeah.
no, it was a lot of fun. The other moment that I was really looking forward to talk to Saber about is the fact that he shaved his head.
Yeah.
How about that?
Right. I remember seeing that and going, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I was
What,
like,
what was the
"Hey."
popular comment from Markiplier to Vsauce?
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Vsauce. Michael here. Why did I shave?
Oh my god.
How does he do it? Oh man. So yeah, well, once Saber gets in here, we'll dive into that topic. But as stated, the food was good. I insulted some Minnesota. No, where was I?
Milwaukee.
Thank you, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
I insulted someone somewhere between the drive coming home because I called ice cream, and she's like, "Whoa, here it's custard, boy." And I was terrified.
Did she say boy?
She did.
Oh.
Wait, so it's ice cream in Wisconsin. Ice cream in Wisconsin is called custard.
Frozen custard, yes.
Yeah.
They're very particular about it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it only in Wisconsin, or is it like
No.
everywhere in the Midwest?
There are
think
other
it's-
places that do it.
Well,
I'm not
because we
sure.
were closer. We were between. Like, I don't know if we were in Illinois at that point. So I think it's a
Okay,
Midwest thing.
'cause-
Well, there are places around here that do frozen custard too. It's slightly different from cream.
Yeah, but like when I think of custard, I think of something that's not ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird because they gave us like a chip, and I think even the guys did. You get like ice ice cream because I don't know why. Like if you said custard, I would have called it custard.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, they gave it to us for free because it was our first time going to a place called Culver's. Has anyone here been to Culver's
Oh,
before?
I've been to Culver's.
Nope.
All right,
It's
so
very Culversy.
yeah, they have butter burgers.
Sounds tasty.
And I was like,
Yep.
that sounds delicious. So Casey from EQLA and myself with Joe went to Culver's and ate like there's no tomorrow. Kind of like we did all weekend.
Was there
Oh.
actually tomorrow though?
There was.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
After
wasn't.
finishing the burgers and the custards, did you feel like there was going to be a tomorrow?
I don't know, man. Because there was more cheese curds and life was good.
Jeez.
Did you bring any back?
Was that?
Did you bring any back?
In my pockets, but they didn't make it like very far into the flight.
Hot tasty Subway sub for me.
Yeah. So once Saber gets back, we'll dive a little bit further into the topic. But again, as stated, it was a great weekend. The staff there at Ponyville Cider Fest do a fantastic job every year we've been. Whether it's the AV, the security, the people running the convention like Charlie and his group, it's just there. It's always a pleasure to be out there. There was a lot of energy.
Oh, there was a like a lot of energy with the charity auction. They raised over 21,000.
Yeah, it was an insane charity auction.
Very.
Just a lot of fun, left and right, and Saber and I had an early part to do with it. We were hosting the first about half of it, and then Saber's hair fell off.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and he made it look like he got shaved.
even though I'm saying I really want to hear, I want to hear from Saber about it. I really want to hear from Laura about.
Holy
Right. Or did they ever get freaky with the bald head?
She found out about it well after it happened.
Oh, did she? That's hilarious. So he just showed up?
I told him that's what he should do, but no, he tried to tell her.
There was this thing, and then I didn't have any hair anymore.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Dusty Cat shaved his mustache?
Yes,
Yeah.
He looks like
that
he's
was
like
in the Halloween
15.
photos we went through.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
amazing.
right.
He looks so much younger.
I legitimately saw those pictures and honestly could not figure out who. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, he's
The only
acting
reason
like
I
he
even
knows
knew
everybody.
It's because it was on his Twitter. I saw a picture of him. And I was like, who is
Yeah.
that? It was on
I
his
saw
Twitter,
it
and I
on
thought,
his Twitter and I still didn't know who it was. It was
Wow.
like I said, I'm like, who's this
Couldn't
guy?
you
that's
tell from his voice? Or did his voice change?
It probably did. It probably did.
Hi guys, I'm Dusty.
Why did you turn to SpongeBob?
The
Hey,
true
guys.
identity comes out. But yeah, so it's been a wild time. I know Nightmare Nights just finished off their last convention.
Yeah, I know, it's sad. Feels like everything's dying.
Quiet you. Equestria LA.
Coming
This will
up.
be this is the last Equestria LA. So that's but we're gonna make it big, and I
Yes.
cannot wait for the hangout time. I know we're gonna have a heck of a lot of
know.
fun throughout that weekend.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It is gonna be
No
great.
CMCs to distract us.
Darn those cutie marks, trying to make us earn our own.
Yeah, man. Just
I
leave
wonder
us
if the cutie mark
alone.
crusaders ever
We
like
don't have
find
to.
someone who just doesn't want their cutie mark. Do you think they can fix that?
I think they're just like,
We won't make an episode out of this one. And you're like, okay, sounds good. Yeah.
You do an incredible Sweetie Belle.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh.
But yeah, so I guess at this point we could probably move on. Sarah, I don't know if there's any other topics, or Paleo, if there's anything else you wanted to mention from Ciderfest.
I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, and I know the vlogs have pretty much all the moments there. Only thing you won't see.
I'm back.
Hey, Saber, we were talking about Ciderfest.
and bald people.
I'll be right back.
Bye. So, is Laura with you?
No, she went upstairs. She has to go to bed. She got work in the morning.
Tell her to stop going to bed. I
You're
really
actually
want
crying
to
and looking
hear.
at pictures of you when you had hair.
Me too.
So we were talking about the charity auction, and how that all led to you losing your hair, because it was actually kind of a really heartfelt thing that you were already in the midst of doing up until you got
it
challenged.
blows my mind because we're raising money for an anti-bullying, charity, and I felt so bullied on stage by the audience trying to make
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Yeah, that's the irony of charity.
Yeah, I'm like, shut up! I'm gonna punch you guys. But no, Beardy and his friends are gonna shave their beards, and I'm like, dude, Beardy, I don't want to see you without a beard. Like,
That'd be so weird.
What a weird domino effect though, because
You'd have to call him
in
Smoothie.
some universe, Beardy shaved his beard, but I kept my hair, and Dusty kept his mustache. So, go figure.
Beardy with no beard. It's like
No,
Applejack, but she
yeah.
fucks limes or something. Like what?
Smoothie.
He works in like the panhandle or something.
Lime Jack.
Applejack.
But yeah, so your whole ploy was to save their beards, which
Yep.
you did. But then all of a sudden, someone was like, you know what, Saber, how about this? And so what was the turning point for you? What made you
When
decide?
the audience are chanting with the guy, and I'm like, well, I can't now. If it was my beard, I'd be like, no, I'm keeping.
Because then you're the biggest party pooper in the universe. I know exactly what you mean. They're like, oh, shave your head, and you're probably thinking, oh. Crap.
What's funny is just before that, though, there was a moment that almost the exact same scenario happened where some people, I think it was actually, wasn't it you who actually like said Charlie's name? And then everyone's like, Charlie's beard's gonna get shaved off too.
Yeah, Charlie, you do it.
Yeah. And he had to like be like, no. And that's why I told Saber, we were on stage and I'm like, dude, you do not have to do this, because he doesn't like it, it's not something that Saber showed up to the charity auction and said, well, if this much money is raised, I'll do it. And then it was raised. And then he's like, well, wait, I don't want to. It was literally like some guy in the crowd that went, $500. And I have the maddest of respect that Saber went through with it. I'm like,
oh yeah, me too.
So good on you,
Was that a scream?
That was me. I was
my God.
It was a screen door.
What was that, Saber?
The scream that you heard in the background was the sound I was making. I was like making a scream from like Will from Stranger Things.
So yeah, but again, good on you, dude. Like,
I gotta screen cap that and be like, when I stub my toe.
That scream was like a real scream, man.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Will he stubs his toe and he's like, ah! And he screams. It's really great.
Saber, I gotta ask, what was the more anticipatory part? Knowing that it was going to happen, or the first stroke of the razor?
It just felt surreal. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, whatever. I just got laughed. So I was like, I haven't shaved my head since college, and that was for a cancer foundation. So I guess I've done this before.
Yeah. Was that Will's scream?
What?
I thought somebody played Will's scream. I was like,
I turned on Stranger Things for a second because I'm trying to find the episode.
It sounded like a vacuum cleaner.
It's
You did.
It's the finale episode, so vacuum cleaners are there.
Ah, yes.
Remember the part when
there were 4 vacuum cleaners? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, spoilers.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know there were any vacuum cleaners.
See, what was the episode where the vacuum cleaner fell over and started screaming? Do you remember?
Ah, yes, that was episode 5.
That was 5? Alright, you mean Vacuum Doug. Got it.
Vacuum Doug.
Well, should we jump into Q&A? Or I don't know if there were any other things we were going to discuss. Saber, I guess real quick, Ciderfest, what were your thoughts on it?
Sorry. I had a good time. I loved it. Good food, good times. Bad ingredients, Papa John's.
Very cool. All right. Well, Sarah, is it time for us to do Q&A?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I'm starting to scroll, trying to make sure that we don't miss any.
Gonna miss my questions.
Okay,
Casey's yelling at you guys that it's custard.
Yeah, I can't
Sorry.
tell the difference.
I was able to tell the difference.
What was one more?
Was it better or
creamy?
worse?
It was good.
Oh.
But like they both I don't know. There's like it's not like a big enough difference to where it's like, oh, they're so different. But
yeah,
they're
that's kind of
different
how I
enough.
feel. Is the frozen custard smoother, and is it better for you?
I don't know if it's better for you. but I would say smoother.
Okay, I like the smooth. In Japan, we had a type of ice cream that was so light that if it melted, it had the viscosity of milk and not syrup.
Casey says it tasted like offensive ice cream. That's exactly what it was.
Let's see. Okay, so we've got a question from Cake Slayer saying, anything you can say on how much is left on the next Bronies React? I guess they're saying just a time frame. And they added something else, but I don't know what this is referring to. And will Gabe finally say yes to Nora? Winky face. I don't know what.
Yes, what do you mean yes?
Oh, be careful with what you say, because you just said yes.
That actually is Black Griffin's $2,000 Patreon reward.
That's a really low price.
Yeah, you gotta you better raise it up a little bit.
Yeah.
2,500.
I would say 250,000. Put it at 250,000. You'll be good.
Okay. All right. That's. I think I can sell my soul for that amount.
Oh, shoot. Well, to answer the question on the Bronies React, it's just about to get into the heavy editing phase. So things are really gonna get moving on it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to have it done. I mean, don't quote me on this, off the record, and not publicly going to say this, but I am aiming to hopefully have it done sometime between EQLA and Thanksgiving.
Sweet.
So, which means then I'll be right back at it with Bronies React to the season finale.
I will record my footage when the other one is out.
No, I guess that works. I guess you could. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
All right.
So yeah.
Next question is from Oziel. Now that Savino is out of a job, what is going to be happening? What is going to be happened to the Loud House in the future? So
I like how you read it phonetically, like Jack's name from YouTube's.
Well, that's how it's typed. So
I love that. I love it. I love how you do that.
So if people haven't heard, Savino, creator of the Loud House, has been fired from Nickelodeon because he harassed women in the workspace. As far as I know, they don't plan on canceling the show. I guess it just, they'll
there's
still
probably
work on
just gonna be a different showrunner now.
Yeah,
it's
probably
a lot
never.
harder to get away with stuff like that. What with social media now? The harassing days are over.
Yeah.
You almost sound disappointed.
Oh no! Not that.
Don't take that out of context.
Those good old days.
What are you talking about, Kate?
No, everything I say will sound so disappointed because I'm battling the sickness and the headache.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was smiling really loudly.
You were smiling. Like, Gabe misses those good old days of getting away with harassment, doesn't he?
Oh my.
So yeah,
If you could see me right now, I'm just kind of squinting through everything I say because I'm still recovering from the flu. So that's.
Oh yeah, well,
don't get us sick.
So yeah, show's still running as of now, so we'll just have to see in the future.
Yeah.
Also, Oziel asks, thoughts on Dora the Explorer live action movie announced?
It's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay. I didn't hear anything about it, so I'm like, what the fuck? So
yeah, because there was this thing going around that's saying that like Michael Bay was producing it.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to see Nick Wilde play Swiper.
Wow.
Oh man.
Swiper, no swiping.
And then Judy swipes him.
Oh yeah. I would let Judy swipe me. Wow.
Who wouldn't?
Got a couple more questions from Oziel just in a
So
row.
honest,
Oziel asks, did you think Steven Universe fandom is overhyped than the Brony fandom?
Like more overhyped than the pony fandom,
I
or
guess. By the way, Steven Universe returning November 10th.
Like, do they hype their show up more than we hype up ponies?
Man, I don't. You remember 2012? You remember 2012?
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah, as far as nowadays though, nah, not as much. Even though this season has been really good, I wouldn't like hype it up that much for people not in the show or not into the show.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
Literally, my mother knew that Twilight was becoming an alicorn. My mother. That's how much it was talked about.
Well, your mom's a
There you go.
brony.
Say what you will about Larson, but he ruined everything.
He ruined my parents' marriage.
All right, Jessica McCartney asks, ACRacebest, are you going? Jesus fucking Christ. ACRacebest, are you going to the Zootopia panel at EQLA?
At EQLA?
Yes.
I want to. Actually,
The one hosted by Chocolate Pony?
Yeah, what's funny is that I talked to Chocolate Pony at Cider Fest, and I don't know if we were talking about something else, but I maybe he was thinking of something else, because I'm like, oh yeah, you guys. He mentioned that he was going to be at EQLA, and I asked if they were going to be doing the Zootopia panel, and I thought he said, oh no, I forgot to submit it, but it looks quite obviously like they did, so. Maybe he was thinking of a different convention or something.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Well, why though? Zootopia is such an overrated, dumb series. I'm still confused over the entire exchange rate thing, with like how I guess rodents get screwed over in Zootopia.
We can literally talk about this for hours.
No, I'm
We should. There's got to be, because they can't carry money big enough for an elephant.
Well, no, but like it's $15.
I thought
for a big old popsicle. Does that mean it's more expensive for an elephant to survive? Does that mean it needs a better job?
Yeah,
we literally talked about this before.
But think about it this way.
Listen back to
elephant-
episode 30-something of the
elephant-
Semi-Perfect Podcast.
An elephant would
yeah.
get paid more because an elephant can do jobs that maybe are worth more, like heavy lifting, for example.
But what if a mouse wants to be an actor and an elephant wants to be an actor? How does that work?
Well, then
Are
the
you
elephant
implying that there are biological differences between species?
Yeah,
that's
species.
narrow-minded.
Oh my god, could you imagine Zootopia Tumblr? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
I'm from the savannah.
All right, next question is. Let's see. Next question is from the Cake Slayer. Yo, Race. I know it's a bit late to ask, but I think you missed my early food post. Can you? Oh wait, what? Okay, I'm sorry. No, we're gonna skip that. Sorry. I did not read that question beforehand.
Sarah.
Ross Pitt asks, if the main six had to be taken out of the show, how would you want them to go?
Shot in the head.
What? I don't know. We're already kind of setting up for a whole new cast of like main six characters, like with Starlight and Trixie and Discord and Thorax. And...
you think Trixie's gonna be a part of the new main six?
Wow.
I hear disappointment in your voice.
I mean, this is a personal thing.
And Maud and
Mud.
Mud pie.
I think I would want them to go like Frodo does at the end of Lord of the Rings. Like, we've seen too much. Our lives will never be the same. We're leaving this to you. There are tears shed. I'm gonna go visit the family, Apple Bloom. And then they just often wander into the sunset.
Twilight can't go anywhere. She's a princess of friendship. She needs to stay where she is.
I want Twilight to like wake up and she's still running late to go to her meeting in episode 1.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was a dream. I love that.
Really long dream.
Like, wake up, Twilight! Wake up!
She goes to Ponyville, and none of her friends are actually real.
She has made up friends.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie. It's like, wow, you thought those people existed?
She
You
dreamt
really
that
are
she
weird.
became the Princess of Friendship, and Celestia's just like, what the fuck is that?
You are the most
you have
anti-friendship person
issues.
I know.
The Princess of Friendship. Like your fantasies are a little backwards there, darling.
All right. Raspit also asks, what's your favorite pillar in the season finale?
Yeah. So this is, I guess, slightly spoilerish,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
all
brave
the-
dude because I really liked him and Rainbow Dash's interaction.
I did too. I vote him.
I'm gonna say just by default, I like this main just because Ellie Ray is a sweetheart, and I.
Which one was that?
I don't know. I know she's got.
The old pony.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I like that too. I like she was from the Japanese ponies.
Yeah. So Ellie Ray and Tabitha have been friends for like ever, and Ellie used to coach me on voiceover when I was still in Japan, and then she booked My Little Pony like last year.
So for those that don't want spoilers for the season finale, it's not super spoilery. It's more of just kind of hidden a topic. But do you guys think that they misinterpreted who the or what the elements were the whole time? Because they basically came out and went, "No, that's not what they stand for."
Or well,
Like,
I'm the element of honesty.
yeah. Well, like, because like all the stuff that they were like, "Oh no, this is bravery. This is this." I'm like,
strength,
this makes
bravery, hope.
so much more sense. How like people have always been like, why is Rainbow Dash loyalty and Applejack honesty and
It should
blah
be
blah
reversed. It should be reversed.
Yes, it should.
Rainbow Dash is brutally honest. Oh yeah, Twilight, you've gotten fat or whatever.
it would be like if like Rainbow Dash was the element of subtlety. It doesn't make any sense.
There should be an episode where they switch cutie marks. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Element of healthy eating.
I liked Flash Magnus. What a really positive dude. I liked it.
The Roman soldier guy.
Yeah.
He
The
was
brave
really
guy,
cool.
yeah.
He's pretty cool, dude. I like the dude, Sonambula, whatever her name is, the pharaoh.
Yeah.
I love her design. She's a cutie
Oh,
pie.
the paw pony thing.
Yeah, you got it, dude. That's the one. Sonambula. That's her
cute.
name.
Yeah, she was very cute.
I love her little Egyptian hair, though her voice. I was not expecting that voice, but okay.
Silver
She's like,
Blaze.
damn, Sonambula, what's up?
Silver Blaze with a controversial question: are hot dog sandwiches?
Oh god, this again.
No.
Nope,
No,
they're not.
They are not.
they're not. By the way, real quick, Cake Slayer had pie cuisine.
Okay. Thank you for looking at that.
You're welcome. Very good.
Ozio
Cake
asks,
Slayer.
"What's your favorite chocolate candy?"
Chocolate.
Chocolate Reese's. Oh, well, not Reese's. Chocolate
Yeah,
peanut butter
Reese's.
cups that are dairy free.
Twix.
I do like Twix. Twix is really good.
Milky
Twix
Way.
are-
Oh, Almond Joy.
There's this
Ew.
new candy called Take 5. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, that's really good too. It's got toffee in it.
Yeah, pretzels too.
I don't know. I love Twix, but only the first.
The
stick.
first
Like,
Twix.
Yeah, the second one I'm
They
like,
always
I
give you-
don't want another one.
Silly hero.
What
Twix
about-
are for kids.
What about Okay, wait. So Gabe, are you serious about Almond Joy?
Should I be?
No,
I-
not.
Oh, then no,
you
I'm
don't,
not.
you don't like Almond Joy?
I do
They're-
like Almond
it's
Joy.
coconut.
Yeah, polka dots are good.
Oh, there's fish and pickles in there.
My family's from the Caribbean.
Grace, you're
I
a
like
wuss. Did you know that?
I'm a wuss.
Yeah, you and Paleo both wusses. You guys don't like pickles.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like pickles?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't either.
I'm
Dude,
glad. I'm
pickles-
glad
Doesn't
they
like
was. I hate
seafood.
pickles.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
Race is
pickles.
like needs chicken nuggets and like barbecue sauce or something.
Pickles
But
are so
it's
good.
It's good.
Race, if you were on an island and there's nothing but baked fish, would you die?
No, I like you said, I'm too stubborn. So if I was forced, I would be like, all right, fine.
All
We would
right.
swim to a place where they had burgers.
Every day, I would swim and then swim back to the island. Be like, how do I get back?
He died. Like, oh, he was going like 10 feet. It's like, I can't make it back. Stand up.
All right,
My,
Norm.
my favorite.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, were we still saying a favorite candy?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Chocolate
sorry.
candy? Well, because my favorite is the dark chocolate Milky Ways. Those are really, really good.
Yeah, they are. Dude, I want to give my nieces dark chocolate so badly just to see the reaction. Like, I've been having so much fun whenever I hang out with my nieces and just messing with them. Like, I make up all this stuff. And just to see them dashed against, like, the shore is the best thing. I told my niece that I brought them toys when I visited last weekend. And I just, like, straight up lied. I'm like, nope.
Wow!
Curse you, Uncle Steven.
And also, in the spirit of Stranger Things, I haven't had Three Musketeers in a while.
I do like Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
They're not my favorite, but they're
Three
good.
Musketeers
and Three
is the one I
Musketeers.
can only eat so much of. Like, Twix,
Right,
I can eat
yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Are there any candy that, like, hurt your teeth? Because, like,
Nerds.
Fucking Butterfingers.
yeah, dude, Butterfingers, like,
Wow. You sound like you got a revenge plan.
Fucking
Very
Butterfingers.
Nerds taste good, but like man, they like do a number on your teeth. Like,
Jawbreakers hurt my
I love
teeth.
nerds.
The perfect candy to give out if you hate children is to specifically pull out the banana runs and just give that out.
Oh, the banana runs.
I
Yeah.
love the banana
I
runs.
love those. I love the banana runs.
No wonder why you're whatever. Stupid.
Good.
Does anybody else have a
Jawbreakers
favorite
hurt
chocolate
mine.
candy?
I like Snickers, dude. Snickers is just good.
Hershey's cookies and cream.
Banana runts are flavored off of the Gros Michel banana, which was before the parasite fungus wiped it out, and they had to switch over to the Cavendish.
We all know this, Gabe. Why
That's
you-
what I thought. You know.
All right, Norma Mermaid asks, my question is for Gabe. What is your favorite smell or scent?
Lilac.
I do like the smell of lilac. I like the smell of things that remind me of things. So I like the ocean, and I like the smell of AV gas because it reminds me of flying and skydiving. I like the smell of like nutmeg and stuff because it reminds me of Christmas and pine as well.
Oh,
And the
you know
smell
what-
right after it rains.
You
Can
hear
I
that,
weigh in
Sarah?
on this? Can I weigh in on this for a quick second?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what smell is just so wonderful to me?
Huh.
And I loved it as a kid, and to this day, I still love and I'm obsessed. When you open up a pack of cards, and you just take a big old...
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good smell.
Don't know why. It's just so, like, there's something very unique about cards when you open the
Same
Yeah.
thing about video games.
Yeah,
Right.
opening the case and smelling it.
Yeah, it's the new. I think it's like the packaging or whatever that you're smelling.
Books have that smell too. So do like cadavers. It's really weird. I don't understand why.
You open up a fresh
Wait,
dead
okay.
person.
I want.
Oh,
I want
okay,
cutting
we went
into a
from
fresh
like cards,
dead guy.
video games, books, cadavers.
Yeah, I see the natural progression there. I usually think of cadavers after books.
I want to ask about a certain smell. I don't think it's like I know it's not intended to smell good.
Chloroform?
No, it's no. Amusement park water. Like, have you ever?
Oh,
seen the
yeah!
Disco
I know what you're talking
Ride?
about.
Yes,
I
yes.
love
Pirates
it.
of the Caribbean has that smell. When you go in there, you smell it. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. It smells so
Wait,
nice.
are you talking about like Splash Mountain water or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like they put like perfume in there.
It's
But I don't know.
It's
It
really
does
good.
smell
It has like this dampness in the air, but it's not like obnoxious. Like
It's not a musty dampness. It's like
Yeah.
almost. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to explain. It's almost.
It is hard to
like
explain.
dude,
Yeah.
you are hitting it though. Like that is so true. Like if you walk into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and you take a deep breath, you can smell that air, like the water in the air. It's just
man tell no tale.
Just a few weeks.
But they do
I-
tell tale.
I also like the smell of a crisp fall day. Just like the blue deep sky, and you can just smell like how clean it is outside.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, you get a similar smell. Like, it's interesting. They're very like distinct smells. Like in the spring, the smell of like rain right after it's been cold and things start
Yeah.
to warm up, and it's like, the summer is a coming. But then also on the flip side of that, a crisp fall day is like the hint of winter and Christmas and all things snow. You know, and I haven't smelled that smell in a long time, but now that I'm here in South Dakota, it's actually getting cold. So yeah, I had a bit of a blast from the past when I stepped outside this morning. Of course, I was throwing up all day, so it wasn't fully appreciated, but
There's a smell.
yeah, that is a scent.
All right.
Consequently, if you cut open the right part of a cadaver, you get the same smell.
Okay. Rosie Diamond asks, "What's your weirdest Halloween costume as a kid?"
Weird.
Tinky Winky.
Weirdest?
Yeah. I don't
I
feel
was
like I ever
talking to-
had a weird one as a kid. I was
I
always
was
like
thinking
either like
McDonald's.
Pocahontas or a princess or a werewolf or something like that. I was never
It's like
anything like
McDonald's
super
looks like-
weird.
I was Tinky Winky.
I made my own. I remember I found like a scary mask, and then like my parents just had a bunch of Halloween stuff, and one was like rainbow string hair, and I was like, okay, and then I put a cowboy hat on, and I just drove around the neighborhood wearing a scary mask with a rainbow hair. I was a brony before I knew it.
Yeah, I
Um,
like it. This rainbow lightning bolt on your butt.
So I was talking to Jax yesterday about costumes I wore as a kid, and one of them was like a handmade costume as Mario. And another one, like I remember wearing, but I was like really young. I was like 4, and it was a clown costume. And when because yesterday on AMC they were playing the original Halloween. And like the beginning of the movie where it has Michael Myers like dressed up as the clown with the dagger or with the
Knife.
kitchen knife. Yeah, I'm like, huh. So was I dressing up as like a young Michael Myers at like 4 years old as a clown?
Explains so much.
He did like dolphins.
I was weird as a child. I was really into Aladdin and dressing up as him. And I would like take my shirt off as a little, like 6-year-old or whatever, and go to my sink and take the little plug out of the sink drain. So I thought it looked like Aladdin's hat, and I wear it on my head.
Yeah, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
That's racist.
What?
Yeah, because he's not your same race, and therefore you're racist.
That's rich coming from
That's how it works.
you, race.
Yeah.
Race best, race worst.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Good for you.
that's original.
All right. Norris Brownie asks, "Now that ACRacebest and Toodles are getting married, what does that mean? Judy is now free to be a waifu, mainly for me."
Oh, I think if I can weigh in on this a little bit before the people who really should be answering get to. Oh my gosh, a hang glider just hit a paraglider in this video I'm watching. Okay, that was
Nice.
crazy. Okay, but I think that actually Toodles kind of is Judy Hopps in a way, just like ACRacebest kind of is Fix It Felix. So the answer is kind of no.
Yeah, exactly. Well spoke.
I mean, I bet you when they're doing their times, they dress up.
Yep.
Norris Brownie,
What?
Norris Brownie, please take her away. She's yours.
No, it's cool.
That's all I have to say about that.
No, I think you nailed it. Just like
Yay.
I'm going. So yeah.
Okay. Anime Guy asks, when you come to Winnie City 2018, what would you like on a deep dish pizza?
Ooh. I'm kind of simple. I like meat.
Yeah,
Dude,
same.
cheese.
I thought I was gonna
Cheese.
go do. You're like, I'm a
Cheese.
simple guy, so I kind of like, I was like, yeah, me too, just cheese. And you're like, meat. And I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes,
Every
I agree with
meat.
you. I thought he was going the same way. I was thinking cheese. Yes,
Right, cheese is
lots
good.
of cheese. Mozzarella is my favorite cheese. You know, so lots of mozzarella. And honestly, my favorite type of pizza is the margarita, but it can't have too much of other stuff. I always get margarita with extra cheese, so it's just mozzarella, slices of tomato, and basil. Basil just really adds that extra. Mamma mia. So
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. We want to find like one last good question to finish it off on, Sarah.
How many do we have left?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's do a lightning round.
Okay.
Somebody.
Because there's some that have been sent to only Semi-Perfect Pod. And
Pod racing.
okay. Let's
We're
see.
good.
Let's
We're
do.
good.
All right. You see Luna at the end of a dark alley. What do you do? This is from Toga Pikachu. What do you do if you see Luna at the end of a dark
What
alley?
time? What's the question? If you see her in the dark alley,
Yeah. What do you do?
Luna.
I would run because
I
she's-
scream. I run. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a talking, glowing horse. I'd freak out. The goddamn demon. I'd run away.
Dude, I would be blinking really hard and making sure that, I was changing dealers.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Ross Pitt. Not quite a question, but they said, idea, you should jump this podcast for a D&D podcast.
Yo, D&D, that'd be cool if we all could play it together someday.
Yeah, I mean, someone's
Just
got to
wait
be
on
the
tabletop
Dungeon Master,
somewhere.
because I don't know if I can
Dragons.
do that stuff. I've never played D&D, but I listened to the Adventure Zone, and it sounds like fun. Silverblade asks, real question now that season 7 is over, what are your favorite episodes of the season? Shit.
I said, what did I say last night?
Secrets and Pies.
Yeah, I think Secrets
That's
and
what you
Pies
said, but-
made me laugh the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
That's the
very
one
funny
where Pinkie
episode.
Pie doesn't know how to blink one eye at a time, right?
Yeah.
The Perfect Pair is probably my favorite episode
Yeah,
of the entire
I think
show.
I agree.
Uh,
Perfect Pair was amazing. It made me cry tears of not really crying because I'm a man.
You
I
better
think-
cry in the react.
I think
The
mine's
famous
the
fortune.
Princess one, where they
That's
switched
the second favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
The famous fortune, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Anybody else? Was that everybody? Okay. Let's see. Digital Arrow asks, what do you think happens to a person when they reach outside of the universe?
Wait, what?
Okay, really? You want me to go here?
No!
No, that's not.
No.
Okay, first of all,
Yes.
you can't really, because
I'm
of
gonna
the
get
way
to
the universe kind of
Question
works.
answered.
It's at least not three-dimensional.
All right.
And I think if you could observe... Okay, I'll stop.
Ross asks, your favorite villain of all time. I think he also means just like anybody, not even MLP.
Not even My Little Pony?
Yeah, I don't think it has to be My Little Pony. Just
Dr.
like
I
all
like
time.
I like
From-
the dude
Oh,
from
yeah.
Hercules, Hades.
Yeah, he's
Mo-
but I'm
Mojo
gonna
Jojo.
Mojo Jojo,
I'm
yeah.
gonna side with Ray saying Dr. Terminus from Pete's Dragon. The original Pete's Dragon.
Oh, yes! Padamaquasi. No, Pacomasadi. That guy.
Yes.
Every little
Passima daddy.
I knew that.
Every little piece.
I actually really like Toffee from Star Versus a lot.
Oh, yeah, he's really good.
He's a
What
super
about
cool villain.
Andros?
Mine is the Dark Lord Aku.
Oh.
Andros' enemy is my enemy.
Just so we need to see. Starwolf.
Okay. Imperfect.
Can't let you do that. Okay, sorry.
Imperfect 13 asks, who was your favorite of the 6 legends in season 7?
Did we
Brave
already
dude.
answer that?
Yeah, we already
No, hold
answered
on.
this. Sorry.
I want to show you something.
Okay.
Star Fox thing. One time, I landed a perfect just shot at the beginning of that level where Andros' enemy is my enemy, but I caught him right in the middle of it. So he's like, Andros' enemy is Uncle Andros.
Oh, that's great. Reminds me of that Twitter post I saw you guys post that said, Hitler's killer is my hero.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
We're
wait.
getting on to our last few questions. Ozzyall asks, did you think Cartoon Network shows can 22 minutes since now their show only have 11 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you think Cartoon
Good
Network
point.
shows can 22 minutes since now their show only have 11 minutes?
Yeah.
I preferred it when it was 22 minutes, to be completely honest. When things are 11 minutes, it feels like way too short. And I always check the time. I'm like, oh, it's almost over. It's almost over, and I can never really enjoy it.
I mean, as far as like, because like shows back then were also 11 minutes. It's just that they put them in a half hour. Most of the cartoons, that is.
Right, but they like doubled up, so it felt like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah, like the Roadrunner. All those episodes are like.
Yeah, it only really started to be a trend like this decade when they started to show new episodes as 11 minutes rather than full 22-minute episodes.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Think of the attention span, how much that's shortening. I mean, the success of Vine proves that.
I'll challenge you on that.
And that's why it's dead.
Back in the day.
What?
Animaniacs, you shoved 3, 4, 5, 6 things into a single episode.
Yeah.
Each were
I love the
self-contained stories and actually pretty good in their own right.
Yeah. But you wanted to watch the Animaniacs. You wanted to sit down and watch them be maniacs for a good long period of time.
This is true.
It wasn't like, okay, I'm done with this character now. Let's watch a different show.
Okay, last question. It's from Aleximus Prime asking
Alex.
For Gabe, back when you were just doing fan art for MLP, did you ever have that stressful feeling like you had to keep making fan art, or were you okay with having longer breaks between pictures? This is somewhat of a problem for me, I think.
I feel that way all the time about everything I produce. I always feel like I'm not putting out enough and I'm not putting it out quickly enough.
You're not.
Yes, thank you for confirming that. I'm gonna go cry now.
You're not crying enough.
Yeah. No, I think that's just the plight of any creator. I'm sure most people in this podcast would agree. You always feel like you could be doing more. And what I've noticed though is that the people who do follow my work are insanely forgiving. Like I've been in South Dakota a week and a half, and I feel like
Bless you.
I've just been horribly neglecting everybody who.
I'm done now.
I'm sorry. I just feel like I've been neglecting everybody because I haven't been posting anything. But every time I post, I'm so sorry. Everyone's like, it's okay. Even though my subscribers are slowing down. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. Even if you're uploading every single day, if you could do that, you'd probably feel like you weren't doing enough. That's always how I feel. It doesn't end. There's some encouragement for you.
That's the spirit.
It's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing. That keeps you productive, you know?
Yeah. I think that's like a normal sort of thing to think about, like when you're creating content.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
You can always do
And
more.
he works really fast. I'm sure you guys have seen Alex's
Yeah.
work. He did one of the covers for Semi Perfect Pod. Actually, you know that.
Yeah.
Is it the one that's on now? I actually haven't.
No,
this one.
Sketchies
No.
is the one that's on now.
Oh yeah, that's cute too. But yeah, no. Yeah, he puts out art like really fast.
he
It's
does
quite impressive.
Quite a bit amount. So I think you're good, bud.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
good.
Don't sweat it, bro. Just make art with me, and we're good.
Keep
and
enjoying
everyone's
what
happy.
you're doing. Keep doing it. And if anyone tells you you're going too slow, well, tough shit.
Yeah, and just mail them a bomb. I need to stop with the dark
The
jokes.
Perfect Podcast does not condone the mailing of bombs or other detonating.
Yes, thank you. Just need this disclaimer whenever I'm on, which is half of the time, all of the time.
Well said.
Thank you. It made sense if you think about it. Half of
It
the
does.
time that the podcast goes, all of the time that the podcast is. I just made it more confusing. I'm going to shut up.
All right. Well, I think that's
And on that bombshell,
the
it's
end
time
of
to-
the podcast.
All right, so
If y'all could pick an outro song for our podcast, what would it be?
do we even have an
Oh,
intro
the
song?
Yanks are
We don't
coming.
even have an
the
intro.
Yanks-
Ultimate Sweetie Belle.
Wow.
Use that on every video of yours.
That's really
Alright.
good.
And now we have our
That's uncanny.
Wow.
Holy girl, that
So,
was
so is everyone good as far as podcasters? Are you guys good if we have our next show on Tuesday instead of Wednesday for
That
Equestria
would be
LA
the
week?
14th.
yeah.
That because I know
Sure.
I know people are traveling on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I
me
think
and Hero
I'll
are going to get there like midnight on Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do then.
To make
We'll
that
have the
work.
show on Tuesday. It'll be November
14th?
14th.
Yes.
Same time. Just
Same
different-
place.
Same place. And yeah, thank you for all the podcasters joining us here tonight. Thank you for all of our audience members, everyone who asked a question. You all were great. And that is a wrap here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Have a great rest or beginning of your November, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a birthday.
Hey,
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
All right,
Good
them
night,
ponies.
everybody.
20 yet.
Bye, not them ponies.
Bye.
Wow.
Them ponies.